Hey ladies and gentlemen, we are here with a video for the esports event, which unfortunately I was only able to spectate due to arthritis in my lower spine, not able to participate in this race. But I was able to spectate and record, so I'm giving you commentary on this event today. So everyone's about readied up here. And so we're going to start off with the qualifier here. And this is at Bahrain. So this is race 1 for the UK Deaf Esports. I'm not sure what division it is, but let's get ready. 10 seconds till launch for the short qualifier. So hopefully we'll see some entertainment. We will be focusing quite a bit on Dragfire 007 in the Williams, as he is my partner for this season. So we'll be doing a lot of work focusing on him. We'll be cycling through the other drivers as race goes on for commentary. So hopefully we'll catch some collisions, good overtakes, and bits and bobs in between. Okay, so everyone is all set. 25 seconds till launch. So if you do enjoy this video, ladies and gentlemen, please leave a comment in the section below. Hit that like and subscribe button. All the support is well appreciated. We will be doing more of these every week. So every Friday, esports is doing this event for 26 weeks instead of the 23 career mode. We are doing all 26 races that are available. Okay, so here we go. The qualifier session here, and let's have a look what we got. So no one's out just yet. Now at this time I am watching 2 other streamers on Twitch, so I was multitasking when I was actually doing this. So it was a good day out. So okay, off we go. Someone just left the pit. Not sure who it was, to be honest. Okay, Chang has left the pit, so he is on his drive out lap. Now we will be cycling through the camera angles a bit as well. Unfortunately, there's only 2 types of camera angles when spectating here, so it wasn't great. And so we're going to see, hopefully see some interesting driving throughout this event. Unfortunately, I wish I was able to actually sit here for 2 hours and race myself, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. So we're just cycling through. I wanted to find Kev Stud, who was on his outlap. It took a long time to cycle through that menu. It'd been easy to just press L2 and R2 and just flick through them, which we start doing later on in the video. So here we go, and round this. So this is Dave. I was in a Diablo Dave. So here we go. This is Dragfire 007, who is my teammate in this season. So he's on his outlap as well. So let's have a look at how he's doing. His racing line was pretty good, liking that. So we're on to Chang, and looks like he had a bit of a skid there, Chang, on that corner. That first bend is a tricky one. It's a slow corner. And we have a yellow flag. Not sure what that was for or where. But it looks like it's been cleared up. Nothing serious. Unfortunately, I can't tell who the driver is in front of him, which is not good. It'd be nice if you could have your name just above the car when spectators can see who these are. I don't know how we do that. And there we go, overtakes him on the, I think he's on the out lap anyway, so easy giveaway. Okay, so we have 3 drivers currently on their qualifying lap, and most players are out on the out lap. We still have 4 in the pit. Yellow flag in sector 3. I believe that's someone just going wide. He overtakes him there. So this was sector 3. That's where the yellow flag was possibly. And Chang crosses the line here with a lap time 1:34.506. Currently the fastest lap. So we're going to sacrifice to Kev Sud, who is coming around the final bend now. And Kev Stud coming over the line. Is he faster? And he is not. 1:39.258 puts him second place at the minute. So we're going to look at Dragonfire 007. He's about just coming up to the halfway part of the circuit. And Diablo Dave sets a new fastest lap with a 1:33.254. So currently in pole position. So it looks like he skidded a little bit there, but his recovery was very good. And on the curves, they're around the final bend here for Dragfire 007 down the home straight. And crosses the line with a new fastest lap of 1:32.101. Correction on that, 1:01. That's a 1:32.101. Currently the fastest lap. So we're going to have a look at Yorkshire Stick. So he's just a few corners away from coming over the line, I think. There's a yellow flag again. Now he's just coming to the pit. So interesting that he didn't put a lap time out, but came into the pit. Let's have a look at Spencer here. Fitzgerald, Wolfie. We'll just call it Spencer. That's much easier to say. So where is he going to say? Coming around this sharp left-hander here. Oh, we got Diablo Dave setting a new fastest lap, 1:31.415. A very good lap time. So he just beat his last lap time. He was currently holding the fastest lap, and he just beat that. So yeah, a bit harder to play to top that. Spencer's looking good right now. And he's racing in an Aston Martin. And he's very wide off the track here. Very wide. It's just... I'm surprised he didn't get penalised for that. He's very wide. But he didn't slow him down at all. And he just gets the fastest lap of 1:31.321. Aston Martin with Spencer taking the top spot. I'm actually surprised because he was so much off the track. So we're looking at Jasper, who's also goes by Fritzia or Wolfie. So Jasper and Spencer. But Jasper here in the AlphaTauri and coming down the home straight, and Jasper sets a fastest lap, and what a lap time that is, a 1:28.932, an incredible lap time. That's going to be hard to beat. 10 minutes left to go here. Ooh, that was a power slide there on that corner from McLanny. McLanny here on the Aston Martin, currently in 7th place with a 1:34.869. We still have 4 drivers that's not set a time yet. Let's go over to Stuart 405, who's in the Ferrari. We have a yellow flag in sector 3. Not sure why. Probably just people coming off the track and going wide or going too slow. So here we go round the final bend onto the home straight. I think that was the final bend. No, it wasn't. Oh, I know where he is. He's coming around a sharp left-hander. And he's done well with it. So he's at the halfway part of the circuit to it. And there's the yellow flag again for sector 3. Always seems to be in sector 3 that there's a yellow flag in a minute. I'm not sure what's going off in that third sector. And sectors 1 and 3. That'll be the final home straight more than last week. And round, oh, he's come off it. I'm going to slowing down a bit. So down the home straight. And Stewart crossing the line. And he's gone into 6th place with a 1:33.301. So we're going to have a look at Yorkshire Stig here. He's in the Alpine. And that's a decent corner. Looked like he had a bit of a lock up, but controlled it well. So he's coming around to the awkward left-hander here. That was interesting. He straightened up and then come round the corner. First one I've seen actually do that. That was an interesting way of taking that corner. Not sure if it's going to slow him down or not. But it wasn't a bad idea. Preventing him from cutting the corner. I've noticed that a lot of drivers use the curb a lot. I don't know why. I don't know if that helps them slow down, but whenever I do it, it causes my car to spin out. Or cause issues anyway. And Yorkshire crosses over the line and in 10th with a 1:36.732. So moving down now, 2 more is the only one that's not set a lap time. And I don't know what's going on with his car here. That was interesting. I don't know what that was about. Okay. I'm not sure if he's going to set a decent time here. Oh, this is his out lap, that's why. I didn't notice that. He's on his out lap, so he's not worried about pace at the minute. Just warm the tyres up. So here he goes. So this is 2 more for his qualifying lap time. It's the only one that's not set a lap time here, and he's gonna have to overtake unless the person in front gives way. Not sure who it is, but he's not letting past at the minute. This could be interesting. And that's a good corner. So there's quite a few races still out at the minute. And the other flag in sector 2. Oh, he went wide there. But he's still not let 2 more past yet. So here's the left-hander. And he gets that around that quite nicely. But he can't seem to get past this car in front. And this is interesting. And is he going to overtake him here? And he pushed aside. It was a has, so it could have been GJ Jacko that was in front of him. So down the home straight, 2 more sets of time, and that puts him in 7th with a 133.435. So currently leading Jasper with a 128.932. Diablo Dave sitting just behind on a 129.929. And at the minute, the slowest is D Jacko at 142.376. So very interesting. A big gap between them. Now, if I was racing, I normally set a lap time around about a 134. So, you know, I'd probably be sitting around about 9th, 10th. So I'll be happy with that, to be fair. So who we got here? We are looking at Pierre Jun, who is one of the people that I was watching on Twitch at the same time as broadcasting this. So, okay, it's about, okay, slowed down for some reason. So let's go over to Stuart 405, currently in the Ferrari on his qualifying lap here, to see if he can do better than 6th place at the minute on a 133.301. And someone just gone above him. He dropped down to 7th. 2 more moving up to 5th place with a 132.571. And seems to be a lot of cautions at sectors, or sector 2 and 3 now. All 3 sectors apparently. Something's going off on the circuit and down the home straight. So does Stewart do a better on 133.301? And he does. He goes up to 4th place with a 131.594. A solid lap for him. Okay, so we're going to have a look at Dragfire 007 in the Williams. Currently his time is 131.979. Oh dear, he's gone really wide there. Oh dear, that's not going to be a good time. I don't think he'll beat his time with going wide. Oh, he got overtaken there with a near miss as well. I'm not sure who it was that overtook him. It's hard to say. Just going to quickly see if I can put the full track map on, see if it helps. And Dragonfire goes into the pit here. How long do we have left? We have just over a minute left here on qualifier, and currently Jasper leading with a 128, and is a 0.9, well, just under a second ahead of everyone else, and Jacko 13.5 seconds behind Jasper. So an interesting qualifying session. So we're coming up to the closing stages here, and Jacko has been disconnected. I believe is not been disqualified or anything. So I think that might be a disconnection, but I'm sure we'll get that sorted before the race. So he's going to be in 14th as things stand. So there is a few drivers that are not here at the minute during this qualifier. They should be available for race, but they'll be starting at the back of the grid, I should believe. So we're looking at Shane here. Oh, sorry, Sean. I misread that. I do apologise. So Sean here is currently in 12th, coming down the home straight, and that has pushed him up to 10th place with a 134.339. So not a bad start here. So qualify has finished. So everyone's got whoever's on that lap can finish their lap. They have just over 2 minutes to do so. We have a couple of drivers still out, Stewart and Yorkshire Rig. Yorkshire Sticks are the two drivers still out. So let's have a look at Yorkshire Stig here, who's currently in 9th. And he's coming down the home straight. And this is slow. Very slow, 150s. And that's it, puts him into 9th. That stays, oh, it goes up to 8th place. His best time was a 133.920 for Yorkshire Stig. And okay, Jasper has been disqualified. I'm not sure. I think he did that on purpose. So I think that was just an issue. And we do have drivers coming in now. So we should have more or less a full field for race day. And this is going to be very interesting. So there is at the end of the qualifying session, due to Jasper with a disqualification, Diablo Dave takes the top spot, but I think Jasper will still play in first place as the disqualification was done on purpose. So I know Nina Cart came in late in the Williams. That will be changed as they, I believe, drive a AlphaTauri, I believe, or an Alpine, one of the two, I'm not sure. So that will be changed. So we're just getting everything set now. So looking at some of the incidents here. Okay, so the disqualification was done on purpose. He was reversing on the track, so definitely a fourth disqualification. I think there was something in the group chat about it, but I'm not going to go into that. It'll take me a while to find it. Okay, so race day. So all the drivers are up and running. So we have, let me do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, I believe. No, 15. We have 15 racers and myself spectating. There is one other person that's spectating. So 2 of us are spectating and 15 racing. So this is going to be a very interesting. 29 laps here at Bahrain for race 1. I'm not sure what the grid was like. And we're not going to get the formation lap. Basically, what happened was the race did start originally, but there was a lot of the game froze. So everyone discontinued. They did the formation lap, but there was a lot of issues. So everyone backed out, reloaded in, and we're just going to go into the race, taking into account the qualifying session that we just saw. So here we go, and lights are green and we're good to go. Let's just tackle this through to Dragonfly 007, and let's have a look. Coming up to corner 1, and the grid is already got loads of holes in it, and it looks like the first corner was good. Not seeing any accidents at the minute on turn 1. So turn 1 was a good successful here, and Diablo Dave looks like he's Stewart there looks like he's warming up his tyres the way he's manoeuvring his vehicle there, as if his tyres cooled down on the formation lap. Okay, so off we go. So looking good so far. Like I said, there's a few gaps in the grid at the minute. So there's a gap about after 4th place. There's a gap around about 5th place, another one there about 7th and 8th, and last place Jasper, and Jasper's in last place, and so he's got a lot of catching up to do. Quite a big gap between him and the rest of the pack as well, and Diablo Davis really pushing out from the rest of the pack here. And Spencer is not far behind him, but those two have separated themselves from the rest of the grid. And Jasper seems to be falling even further behind. What? It looks like they're using this as a formation lap or just to warming up the tyres here. But it's an actual race, so I'm not sure what's going on here. This is interesting. I misread that. Okay, this was the formation now. It didn't come up saying the formation now. Okay, Dragonfly disqualified. I don't think he parked in the right place. What's going on here? So, Yorkshire Stick disqualified. Yeah, he did. He parked too short of the grid here. So those two are going to have a further back start. They're not going to be disqualified, but they're going to further back. So Jasper here pulling up his car, and he does so well. Okay, so 3 of them was had an issue with parking the vehicles. So off we go, and lights are green. Off we go, and they're off for the Bahrain Grand Prix on race 1 for the Esports Def UK. As we go around for corner 1, and the pack is all there. He's gone wide, he's cut into the middle, and there's a collision on corner 1. Oh, there. And that's a head on there, and it looks like both Mercedes, both Mercedes there. That's not a good start for Mercedes. Pit Squint and Sean, there. That's going to be interesting. So, the Williams Dragfire 007 is currently in 7th place, and the pack is very close together, other than the 2 Mercedes who fell far behind. So currently leading the race is Diablo Dave, followed by Chang, McLenny, Stewart, Spencer, and Sammy, Dragfire, and 2 more, D-Jack, Needham Cart, Yorkshire Stig, Jasper, Kevsud, Sean, and Pitgun lead at the back. So everything seems to be kind of all there. And that is the Ferrari there with an issue on sector 2 on that corner. And that puts Ferrari in a bit of a sticky situation there. Stewart dropped down to 10th place because of it. So we're just having a look, getting to the middle of the pack here. And so after lap 1, Diablo Dave setting the fastest lap of a 1:37. So Diablo Dave currently hosting the fastest lap here at Bahrain. And that was from a standstill start, so that lap time should quite easily be beaten. But it's who's going to set the record here for the fastest lap, and that's an interesting corner. Oh, I think there's a little collision there on the back end. So we're currently looking at, let's go down to Kev Stud at the back of the grid. Dragonfire in the Williams, and he's looking good so far, currently sitting in 5th place. So things aren't too bad, but the gaps are forming from Diablo Dave, with quite a gap between him and Chang in the Red Bull. So, and currently both Mercedes still, and there's a safety car out. There's been a collision, and no overtaking now. So this could be interesting. And there's there, everyone's going wide on that corner. That's an interesting one. People are not slowing down. So the virtual safety car. So hopefully this will be cleaned up. I think and there's a 5-second penalty for D Jacko for ignoring the yellow flag. So I'm assuming he tried to overtake on the yellow flag there, or possibly speeding. So a time penalty, and that's the first penalty so far in the race, and it come in lap 3. And it looks like the virtual safety car is over, so we're racing again. And so Dragonfly and the Williams currently in 5th place. Let's go up and have a look at Sammy here in the Ferrari. And looks good. And DJ Jack is out of the race. He has retired the car. So D Jacko has retired the car. He's the first one to not finish this race in lap 3. Oh dear, what a spin off here. And that was the Red Bull, I believe. Oh dear, that did not look good. So we're just cycling through to see what's happening. And there's another one gone wide, and it's Red Bull again. They're struggling to stay on the track here. It could be a long night for them, the way they're going. But having a look at the grid, because of the virtual safety car, the 2 Mercedes have caught back up a little bit, but they're still a long way behind. And Dragonfly 007 in the Williams sets a new fastest lap, but that's been overtaken by 2 more. And then, then Jasper with the fastest lap. Jasper holds fastest lap, a 1:33.978, I believe that was. A lot going on there with the fastest lap. I was struggling to keep up there. Wow. So Jasper currently holding the fastest lap, who is sitting in 8th place at the minute. So a lot of changes going on at the top of the grid, and it's the Aston Martin that comes off the track, and Dragonfly 007 moves up to 3rd place. So 3rd place for the Williams here. So let's have a look at the Aston Martin with Metlani currently in 5th place, and he's been forced to go wide on the sharp left-hand banner. And Changley gets a 3-time penalty for multiple warnings. I believe we cut the corner a little bit there. So he's the only one at the minute with a penalty due to G Jacko being out of the race, who had the penalty earlier on. So we're looking at Needham-Cart here, and a bit of a drift there, and car forward went a bit wide. So looking at the Mercedes here, right at the back of the grid, and he is a very, very long way. And Stuart 405 in the Ferrari has retired the car. I believe there was a collision there, and there he is off the track, and he's not coming back on the track, so he's out of the race. So 2 drivers out of the race. So lap 4 is where Stuart 405 goes out of the race. So only 13 drivers remain here in the Bahrain Grand Prix, and Diablo Dave, who is leading, and leading by a long distance at the minute. Sammy coming behind with Dragonfly 007. Battle for 2nd place going on there. 4th place with Milani Chang. Jasper in 6th. He just moved up to 5th place, overtaking Chang. 2 more overtaking Chang as well. Chang's got some car trouble. He's falling down the grid. 8th place Needham-Cart. Jasper behind in 9th place, and Chang gets a 3-time penalty for cutting the corners. We got Sean in the 10th place, Kev stood at 11th, Stig in 12th, and Piet Jin in 13th. And we are currently looking, that's a bit of a corner cut, no warning for that. Dragonfly gets away with it. So the the race for second place is currently on here on lap 5. And there is 29 laps here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. So we got a lot of racing to do, and this is interesting so far. So we're coming up to the first corner here, and both drivers get around there quite nicely. And it looks like Jasper just moved up to 4th and then dropped back down to 5th. So up and down there, and Kev Stud has had a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So he is the second driver with a time penalty. And Kev Stud is dropping down to 12th place. He's just gone up to 11th and then back down to 12th. So Yoshi Sticker and Kev Stud, good battle going on there. We're just looking over Tune Moore, who's in a battle here for 5th and 7th. And around that left-hander, and everyone gets around there quite nicely. And there's a good overtake there, and that was Jasper with the overtaking, puts him back up to 4th place, right on the outside. Can he keep it? Coming down to the home straight. Oh, and Jasper's off the track, a long way off the track there, and he didn't seem to lose any pace or anything. Why is that far off the track? That is interesting. And no warning for track extensions either, for what I've seen. I'm surprised that's not a penalty. Jasper there using the sand to come back onto the track without a penalty for some reason. He got away with it. I think the stewards was a bit lenient there with that. And he's very close to getting all 4 wheels off the track there, Jasper. We are looking at Jasper from Lanny's view, and Jasper's very fortunate at the minute. So we're looking at a view here from Tune Moore, who's currently in 6th place. And Sammy just moved up to 2nd. Now he's gone back down to 3rd. Dragfire and Sammy dropped down to 4th. Even 5th. Something's wrong with Sammy. He's dropping down the grid now into 6th. He is off the track, and he's come back onto the track. So he's not retired the car, but he just dropped down from 2nd all the way down to 6th place. That's unfortunate there. So Sammy, he's got some work to do to get those positions back. So that put Dragfire 007 into 2nd place, and he is catching up with Diablo Dave. I don't know if Diablo Dave is slowing down on purpose, but that's a good overtake here by Needham Kart on the right-hand side, and Jasper set a new fastest lap, 1:33.875, and Sammy goes into the pit. So Sammy may have wing trouble, or so he's in the pit. We've also got Chang, the Red Bull, gone into the pit. Unless they're just changing tyres, but 2 drivers in the pit at the minute. And Chang may actually serve his time penalty while he's in the pit. Diablo Dave has been issued a penalty for multiple warnings. So the leader here with a 3-second time penalty. And with that 3 seconds, that would actually put Dragfire in 1st place at the minute, as he's only 2 seconds behind. The 3-second penalty is very crucial here, and Jasper is looking to overtake Dragfire on the outside, coming on the inside, and the left-hand bend is coming up, and the battle's here. Does he do it on the inside? And he gets ahead of him. That's a good overtake by Jasper, and that puts Dragfire back into 3rd place. But 1st place is right there. Dave's having some issues here. He was a long way in front, and he is not that far behind. Just over a second. As we come down to the home straight now, is Dave going to pit? No, it's not. And Jasper sets a new fastest lap, 1:33.708. He's getting faster and faster. And all there is a bit of a lock up on the steering there. You did try to avoid driving into the back end of Dave there. So good control there by Jasper to avoid driving into the back end. So still only 2 drivers out of the race here. We're on lap 9, so 20 laps to go. And Jasper there tried to take him on the outside, didn't work, but he got the DRS here. So as he comes out of this corner into the DRS zone, he will have a DRS, so he should overtake Dave here. Oh, I think Dave's using that ERS well there to... I believe Dave used the ERS, and that's why the DRS did not have much of an effect. But he could still overtake here. It's a good battle, and this battle for first place is quite interesting. It's nose to tail, and Jasper's moving over, thinking about going on the inside there, but he gave up on it. He had done it on the inside. He braked early, took him on the inside. Great job there by Jasper, who now leads the Bahrain Grand Prix. We end just lap 9. So lap 10 here, and Jasper currently leads the race, followed by Dave, Drag5 007 in 3rd, McLanny in 4th, Needcar in 5th, Toon Moore in 6th, Spencer in 7th, Sammy in 8th, Sean 9th, Chang in 10th, Yorkshire Stig in 11th, Kev Stud in 12th, and PX Green at the back of the grid in 13th. And we're just looking over Needcar here for the battle for 4th place. So this is Alpine versus Aston Martin here is the battle that we're looking at. So just David's really slowing down. Jasper took the lead and he's now 5-6 seconds ahead of Dave. Dave's got some serious issues. And Dragonfire now goes up into 2nd place, overtaking Dave. I think Dave might have had the issue there on the caution, and all the new car goes wide on that corner. Could have got penalised for that one. And he's going on the inside. Oh, there. That could have been dangerous. Take that inside lane like that could have been dangerous. And there we go, Jasper setting a new fastest lap, 1:33.606. Jasper's getting the most out of that AlphaTauri. He really is. But all these cars are balanced, or somewhat balanced performance, so the cars don't really make that much of a difference. It's mainly about the driver. And here we are watching Dragfire for the battle for 2nd place, looking to overtake Dave. And we know Dave's been having issues, and he gave up on the overtake, but he took him on the inside, and Kevstar just got a time penalty for multiple warnings, and Dragfire gets the overtake. Oh, there, Dave almost came up his back end there. That could have been nasty. And now it looks like Dave's going to take him on the inside. It's wheel to wheel. And it looks like, it's hard to say who's got the better of this one here. And on the inside, and it looks like Dragfire keeps the position there on the inside. And there is a little collision there. Both drivers spin off. There. Dave managed to keep control. Dragfire has dropped down to 5th place with that collision there. There. And Chang gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. And what a battle that was. And was up the back end, and he's gone wide. So is he going to take Dave back? This battle at the front is again very interesting for 2nd place. Jasper's leading the race by 15.5 seconds. ever since he went into first place, he's led it massively, and so this is Jasper in the AlphaTauri. He has got a car behind him, but I'm not sure who that is. So Yorkshire Stig has retired the car. So I believe that's one of the Alpines out of the race. It retired the car, Yorkshire Stig. So only 12 drivers left in the race here. And both Mercedes are still in the race, but towards the back of the grid here. And now we've got Neidhart trying to overtake McLaren. And Sammy has had a time penalty for multiple warnings. Sammy is in the Ferrari, currently in 8th place. And the Aston Martin's gone off the track and wide. That puts an Eden car into 2nd place. McLaren going wide there and off the track. But there you go, too fast around the corner, takes them off the track. That could be a penalty there. And back on the track. And managed to keep the position. But on the inside here, oh dear, that's gave up on it. And off the track again. Not slowing down, and now can he get the overtake here? We're coming up to the left-hander, so and on the inside, and it's all done. Oh wow, Dave there creeping on that inside there, and it's like Dave's gonna push here, gonna look for a double overtake, and he succeeded in overtaking both of them on the home straight. Oh, he cut the corner there. That slowed him down a bit. But what a great maneuver by Dave, overtaking both the Alpine and the Aston Martin on that home straight. A great use of a DRS there. So we're looking at Dragfire now, who's unfortunately dropped down to 8th place while we was going through that battle there. So currently in 8th place. He's got a 3-second gap between the car in front. But, you know, he's managed to recover himself well since the collision earlier on with, I believe that was with Dave as well, so. And he goes around that left hand and very nicely done. So let's have a quick rundown on the grid here. So Jasper currently leads the race. McLaren got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And Diablo Dave in 2nd, McLaren in 3rd, Ninkart in 4th, with 2 more in 5th, Jasper 6th, Sammy in 7th, Dragfire 8th, Chang in 9th place. So McLaren's just come in the pit. Sean in 10th place, Peter Green 11th, and Kev stood at the back of the grid in 12th place. So with McLaren in the pit, he dropped down to 6th. 2 more has gone into the pit as well, so he's going to drop that. And Dragfire overtakes both of them, putting him back into 6th place. And there's been a caution here on sector 1. And that looks like it's been cleared up straight away. Nothing to worry about there. So we're currently looking at Neidhart on his left-hander, and it went a bit quick and just manages to keep it on the track. But it was slow. And there's a caution on sector 2. Nothing to worry about. But there's a lot of gaps in the grid here, especially from 9th to 10th. There's such a massive gap. So 10, 11 and 12 are not really in the race at all. So coming down the end of lap 14, so lap 15 here, we're at the halfway mark here, and it's been interesting. And that looked like a bit of a skid. Did that well. That was Dave who kind of got a weird angle on that corner. Didn't cost him much. So Jasper currently leading the race by 23 seconds. He's done really well. And PX Green has had a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, and there's an overtake going on here on the outside. I'm not sure who that was. Actually, that was Kev Stud, who is now a lap behind. So it's possible we could have Kev Stud retire the car. He's not racing today. I don't think he's going to get in the top 10. And I don't think PX Gwyn will get in the top 10 either, because he's got a 53-second gap between him and 10th place. So I think we have our top 10, but who's going to be victorious here at the Bahrain Grand Prix? And we're hoping Dragfire can get further up the grid. So we're just looking at Dave here. He's got a long way to go to catch up with Jasper. Jasper's gone in the pit. This could be interesting. This is a time for people to catch up with Jasper. And Jasper's out the pit, and there it is. There's the gap. That 23 seconds have turned into just over a second and a half. So that was a 22-second stop there by Jasper. And look how wide these go off the track. Just making sure two wheels there. And oh, there, Dave here with a bit of a spin off there. He managed to counter that well. He could have done a donut, and that would have been interesting for the cars behind. But what a time for Jasper to pit in there, to pit in first place, and come back out in first place. So looks like Jasper is in for a solid win here at the minute, and it is. He's actually increasing the lead as well. He's moved up to just over 4.5 seconds ahead of Dave. And the Red Bull's gone wide, and that's a good overtaking by two more, overtaking Chang. The two more moving up to say, oh, there, the Red Bull come on the inside. And the Red Bull spun out. Two more also managed to handle it well, and the Red Bull there causing an issue on that sharp end. He tried to come on the inside, and that has cost Chang quite a bit. He's gone down to 9th place. So Sammy in the Ferrari overtook him on the corner while he was correcting his vehicle. So a very dangerous manoeuvre there by Sammy, and it didn't pay off for him, unfortunately. So Dave and Spencer both gone into the pit. This is a chance for Dragfire to go in front and push himself up to 3rd place as he does. So Williams now on the podium as things stand on lap 17. What a race this is turning out to be. And Spencer is still in the pit. He's having some issues in the pit. He might be doing a time penalty as well. He's out of the pit now. He dropped down to 8th place with a long pit stop. But we still got quite a few vehicles with time penalties. 6 of them with time penalties. So we've got time penalties are Melanie, Dave, Sammy, Chang, PX Green, and Kev Stud, all on time penalties. And some action going off here for 3rd and 4th. Between Dragfire and McLaren, Williams versus Austin Martin. And both drivers looking good. And Jasper has set a new fastest lap of 1:32 for Jasper. Kev Stud has served another time penalty for multiple warnings. He is really struggling here at Bahrain. And we got, wow, Jackfire and Milani were looking to go in the pit, and at the last minute, Milani decided, you know what, I'll do another lap. So Milani there, interesting decision not to pit in there. So Jackfire in the pit still, dropping him down to 7th as his pit exit. And he dropped down to 9th, he's coming out of the pit. So drop down to and Chang with another time penalty for multiple warnings. Okay, we're looking at Dave here. He's currently in 4th place. He does have a time penalty and he just overlapped. I believe that was Kev Stud, I believe. So Kev Stud could be 1 or 2 laps behind here. Definitely not racing. And Jasper with a new fastest lap, 1:31.684. He is really getting something out of that AlphaTauri. And not only that, he's got a 20-second lead over the Alpine Nini car, who's currently in 2nd place. We're in lap 19 of 29, so 10 laps to go here. And Nini car is in the pit, and they drop down to 3rd. And they could they need to get out of the pit soon. They could end up dropping out the top 5. I can't see him coming out of the pit, so there you go. He's in 6th place anymore. And coming out of the pit now, so from 2nd to 6th on that pit stop. It's a big drop. Okay, so we're looking at 2 more here for the battle for 4th place with Sammy just in front. And we got Jasper with a time penalty. That is interesting. So the race leader now has a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, he's 34 seconds ahead of Milani. So with the time penalty, that'll put him down to 31. It's still a massive gap, and Jasper putting in a fastest lap. I don't think that fastest lap should be valid. If he got a time penalty for cutting corners or whatever, you know, that lap time should not be valid. Oh, there's almost a collision there, and it's caused Nini to go out wide, and Nini gets the time penalty for exceeding track. And to be fair, I don't think that was all their fault, to be honest. Okay, so Dragfire currently, Dragfire 007 currently in 8th place. And we have a safety car here at the end of lap 19. Safety car is out. This is going to be interesting because this closes the gap between all drivers. And the question is, how long is this safety car going to be out for? It could be, and this is a good idea for Dragfire going into the pit. And there's quite a few of them are coming in with the same idea, pitting in while the safety car's out. This is interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers in, and Kev Stud, I believe, is the car that caused the safety car. He got a DNF, so he did not finish. So I'm assuming that I'm going to rule that down as a mechanical failure for Kev Stud. Did not finish. So only 11 drivers remaining. Oh yeah, 11 races remaining here. So let's just run down the grid while the safety car is out. So currently leading, we have Jasper in the AlphaTauri. Then we got Diablo Dave, followed by Spencer, Ninka, Milani, Sammy, Toon Moore, Trackfire 007, Chang, Sean, and then Piet's Gwyn. So this is a very interesting race. We're almost only got 10 drivers. But this is good for Mercedes here because Mercedes are so far behind. This could actually really benefit Mercedes here. So the gap's not really closing much here. Jackfire is just trying to keep the pace, and it's actually got Cheng behind him right up his bum. Spencer there with a time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And yes, he has to give that position back. They're overtaking during the safety car, even though Jackfire did go off the track. That might have been a bit lenient. So Spencer's gone into the pit. So this is interesting. That's going to make Spencer drop down the grid. He didn't drop down far. He only dropped to 6th place. So I believe everyone's been in the pit. Everyone's got fresh tyres on. No Chang just gone in the pit. He's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, there are a lot of people speeding in pit lanes here. They're desperate to get in that pit lane quick and ready for the restart, but it's costing them. And we are still watching Dragfire here, just nice and easily driving around the track, and he's slowly catching up with the rest of the grid. So it's going to be an interesting when we get the restart. So look at this, we only have 3 drivers that don't have a time penalty at the minute, that being Toonmore, Dragfire and Sean. There are the 3 drivers that currently do not have time penalties. All of the races have time penalties, but we don't know how bad the time penalties are, so I can't predict how things are going to change on the grid with those time penalties. And to be fair, with the safety car being out, this probably would be a good time to serve that penalty. That probably would have been my idea, was to serve that penalty during the safety car. And Chang has had another time penalty, that was another 3 seconds for multiple warnings. Red Bull are not having their way of a track. And a drive-through penalty for Sean. I kind of missed that. But he had a drive-through penalty. I'm not sure what it was for. So that's interesting. So Sean in the pit here, saving his drive-through. So is that going to drop Sean further down the grid? I mean, the Mercedes did well to get the Mercedes up into a good position, but I mean, he's in the pit for quite some time, and he's back on the track, but he's still got a time penalty. Interesting. He did the drive-through then, but I think he didn't. And there's all new. I thought he was going to go wide and off the track. He has gone off the track. Oh, there. That was interesting. He's trying to. I don't know what he was thinking, to be honest. It looked like he was going for the overtaking, then he must have realised he can't overtake. It's still the safety car out. And then it all went kaput. Very interesting. But the grid is now all closed up together, other than the last 2 places. So PXG and Chang are a long way behind to catching up with the rest of the grid. But the safety car is still out at the minute, so they can catch up. They're looking at this about just under half a track behind. But as the grid reforms, so it's going to be interesting for the restart. Yeah, and there's almost a collision there on the final bend. They get the position back. This is interesting. So, were they trying to get the time right for the in-lap? But the safety car was still out. So that was a A very interesting situation there that could have ended really badly on the safety car. With a safety lap, could have been disqualified if that was the collision. Now, Sean and Cheng have both gone into the pit. This is interesting. I mean, Cheng was a long way behind from the grid anyway, but Sean wasn't that far behind from the grid. And, you know, that could affect him. So now, PX Green, Cheng and Sean are around about half a lap behind here from the rest of the grid. So we're on lap 23. The safety car has been out for about 3 laps now. It's got to be coming in soon, surely. But let's have a quick breakdown of positions before the race starts again. So we're currently leading is Jasper, Needingcar in second, McLanny in third, Diablo Dave in fourth, Sammy in fifth, Spencer in sixth, Toon Moore in seventh, Dragfire 007 in 8th, Sean 26 in 9th, Chang in 10th, and the safety car is in this lap. PX Green at the back of the grid in 11th. So we're off again, race on, and PX Green gets a 5-second collision with Toon Moore on the outlap. Wow, Toon Moore dropping down to 8th place due to that collision with Chang, and I believe Chang was a lap behind that. If that was the collision, this is very interesting. What a way to start the race again with a collision, and a collision that probably should have never happened. To be honest, it should have been blue flagged if that is in fact lap behind. So Sean has got a time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He's gone in the pit on the outlap. Very interesting. Okay, so this is Dragfire, who is currently in 7th place. And we've got about 5 laps to go. So this is interesting. Oh, there, and that's this is interesting. Just that was Spencer with the overtake, and there's all these cars back together. There is a caution on sector 2. But this is the battle was interesting here as we go around this sharp left-hander, and everyone got around it so well. We were expecting a collision or someone to spin off there in that corner, but everyone did well there. Dragfire currently in 7th. So the battle for first place is really something right now. Jasper's not getting too far ahead, 3 seconds at the minute. But the battle for second place is so close. So 8 drivers are in the battle for second place. It's that close. Any of the top 8 could easily go into second. And Jasper sets a new fastest lap of 1:31.416. And Chang gets another time penalty for multiple warnings. Oh, yes, Chang is not having much luck here. And the driver's gone off the track there. And that's Needham's car off. And Dave, that's interesting. So Dragfire moves up to 5th place in the Williams. So we're coming up to the last final 4 laps. And who's going to make the mistake? Who can keep the composure here for the final bits of the race? Who's just going to chill and happy with the points they're getting at the minute? And it looks like the Ferrari with Sammy going wide. He gets a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. Yeah, we've seen that. And I am actually surprised he didn't lose the position to Dragfire there and drop it into 5th. But he has got the time penalty now, so he will definitely And he's gone wide again, Sammy. What is going on with Sammy there? Oh, there, 2 corners, both. He was so wide on that one. So he has dropped down to 5th now. So Dragfire currently in 4th. Sammy is right up his back end though. And Jasper gets a new fastest lap, 1:30. And Lanny gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And DRS is now enabled for the final 3 laps of the race. Oh, that was close there. Almost a near miss right on the back end there on corner 1. I believe it was corner 1. Yes. So the battle for second is still on. It looks like Jasper's may have won this race. He's got a 10-second lead of everybody else with only 3 laps to go. So unless he has a breakdown or something, a blowout, engine trouble, or I can't see him losing this race. So the battle for second place is a tough one here. I think the top 6 drivers really are definitely up for this second place, and it could be an overtaking there as it's a 2 Aston Martins here battling for 2nd and 3rd. We're switching over to the Aston Martin here and seeing the gap, and we're just looking at how much of a gap there is there between 5th and 2nd. It's really that close. But Aston Martin almost taking his teammate out of the race. That would have been interesting. And there's Nika overtaking Dragfire with the DRS. And it almost worked. It's around this first bend and it's wheel to wheel. And it's very close on the left-hander. And there is a nudge. The 2 wheels collide and Dragfire gets a time penalty for multiple warning. He gets a collision wheel to wheel, and that is put him down to 8th place. That is, that is unfortunate there. He was doing so well, and a touch on wheel to wheel sent him off the track. There. I believe it was Nienhardt in the the Alpine, which caused the issue. I'm not sure how the stewards would penalise that and for who. So, okay, let's just have a quick look. Everyone has a time penalty except Toon-Moore. Toon-Moore is the only one without a time penalty, so that could put him in the top 3. Toon-Moore could end up on the podium here with the time penalties. And we have Pierre Green who's off the track, and he did not finish. He's retired the car. Diablo Dave has a 3-time penalty for multiple warnings. So we only have 10 drivers left in the race. So these are the last 10. So everyone here racing will get points as we're coming up to the final lap or 2 here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. And leading is Jasper with a 17-second lead. The battle for second place with the 2 Aston Martins here tailing each other. And then we've got the Alpine just behind that. Then the McLaren. Then I'm not sure what that is. The Japanese symbol could be Haas. And then we have the Ferrari, then the Williams, Mercedes, and Red Bull. And these 2 Aston Martins. There, the Aston Martin spun out. Oh, there. He has dropped down. Spencer there with the spin out. And that's put the Nika into 3rd place. It looks like we're not going to have an Aston Martin 2 and 3. And can Toon-Moore get in front of Spencer here and push himself into 4th? As Chang with another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So this is the final lap of the race. And it looks like it's going to be Jasper to win the Bahrain Grand Prix on F1 23. F1. Yeah, that one. 23. So Nico looking for the second place as we come around the final bend. Sorry, the first bend. And he spun out all day. That's a bad time to spin. And all day, the Aston Martin there colliding down side by side, but manages to keep control. And this is dangerous. And this is Spencer and Nico here going, battling it out. And on the inside, Nico went wide, and Spencer gets third place back. And you have Dave with a 3-second penalty. So we still have a Aston Martin 2 and 3 here. And Dave with another penalty for corner cutting. That's back-to-back penalties very quickly for Dave, who was doing pretty well earlier on in the race, and is down for now. So 2 more here, currently in 5th place. Again, he doesn't have a time penalty, so he will definitely go up to 3rd place as things stand, in my opinion. And Jasper has gone over the finish line and has won the Bahrain Grand Prix here in F1 23, the Esports UK Def, and a good win for Jasper. It was under no threat throughout the race at all, and besides, he came from the back of the grid. He was in the 15th place at the start of the race, and managed to win. So a very good achievement, and he crossed the line. So he just spun after the line. So here goes Jack Fan going around the final bend here, calling in 8th place, and he crosses the line in 8th place. So 2 more. With the time penalties that everyone had moved up to 2nd place. So 2 more does take 2nd place, and Aston Martin McLaren take 3rd. And what a Grand Prix that was, ladies and gents. So that is the end of the Bahrain Grand Prix, and Jasper Fitzgerald Wolfie wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. So let's have a quick look at how things landed on the grid. So there we are for the podium. 2 British drivers and 1 Spanish driver. I'm going to say Spinard. But congratulations for the top 3 here, with Jasper, 2 more McLaren taking the podiums here. AlphaTauri, Aston Martin and McLaren. So congratulations to those 3. So that is it for today, ladies and gents. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next Friday for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix for the UK Def Esports. So take care and happy gaming.